Now we're going to talk about microaggressions. Dr. Daryl Wing Su, a Columbia University psychologist who has written extensively about the subject, microaggressions are the common daily occurrences that can be verbal, behavioral, or environmental insults, invalidations, slights, or attitudes that communicate hostile, derogatory, or negative racial judgments or slurs to a targeted person or group. Microaggressions can be intentional or unintentional and can focus on race, gender, sexual orientation, culture, and adoption status. Racial microaggressions target people of color. Effective parenting in a racially and culturally diverse family requires that parents be aware of the microaggressions that they and their children have experienced, as well as those microaggressions that they may have said or done. Microaggressions can be hurtful, whether they are intentional or unintentional. Exposure to repeated microaggressions can have a profound effect on both physical and mental health in the form of chronic stress, depression, isolative behaviors, poor self-esteem, and chronic physical illness. Sometimes microaggressions are subtle and sometimes they are overt. They are always hurtful and can create confusion, especially for children. People of color, or people who are just different and don't quite fit in with the culture, are often the target of microaggressions. Microaggressions can have a major impact on children who have been adopted into multiracial families. As parents, it's important to be aware of these microaggressions, support the child who experiences them, and minimize the microaggressions we may accidentally commit ourselves. According to Dr. Su, there are 3 types of microaggressions: microassaults, microinsults, and microinvalidation. Let's take a look at all 3. The first are microassaults. Some examples of microassaults could be wearing Indian costumes, advertising using cultural images or product names and images like Aunt Jemima or Uncle Ben. The next are microinsults. Some examples of microinsults may be a kid in class saying, "I can't believe you flunked the math test when all Asian kids are supposed to be good at math," or having a racist act dismissed as insignificant by a teacher, which can leave a child dealing with the confusion and discomfort of being demeaned and dismissed. The last form of microaggression is microinvalidation. Microinvalidation examples could be a white woman clutching her purse and crossing the street as a group of African American teens approach, or a non-American Indian Alaska Native person asking an American India Alaska Native person, "How much Indian are you?" or "You don't look Indian." The most relevant for parents planning to adopt. Choosing to parent children of color because you don't see color is well-intended but actually runs the risk of invalidating the value of the child's unique identity. As these examples suggest, a microaggression, racism, and other forms of oppression are linked. The combined effect of a microaggression on racially and culturally diverse families can be significant and can affect a child's sense of identity. Effective racially and culturally diverse parenting includes being able to recognize microaggressions that children and their families have experienced, as well as microaggressions that children or their family may have unintentionally engaged in. We have all made microaggressions, intentionally or unintentionally. Now, it will be especially important to become aware of the kind of microaggressions that children and families might be subjected to that relate to their race, ethnicity, cultural heritage, family diversity, disability, class, or other attribute, and to be alert to those you observe and can prevent. Have conversations with children about what you observe that might affect them so that they can express their feelings. Pay attention to the media. News events, what is trending on social media, and television programs can give parents opportunities to have these important conversations. Parents in general can experience a lot of stress. Parents, through adoption, can have additional challenges that they must address to support their children. As you've learned in other themes, racially and culturally diverse parenting requires commitment to parenting goals to minimize the child's feelings of loss related to culture, racial and ethnic groups and communities, and identity. Goals for racially and culturally diverse parenting includes supporting children with microaggressions, just as we discussed, valuing the child's racial and cultural identities as connections to their culture and family, committing to become anti-racist advocates, increasing awareness of the causes of tension between racial and ethnic groups, including exploring our own biases, diversifying the family's life, and having relationships with people of the child's race and culture as peers and in authentic relationships.